so excited. And you know what I'm really excited about this episode? And this is episode 2 of SuperWomenCan. Now, if you've joined me for the very first time, or this is the second time you've joined me, this is only episode 2, so you're a dedicated follower. I just want to start by saying that the SuperWomenCan has been created for super women of color to accelerate in their careers, in their business, in their lives, in every facet of what they do. We know that they hit a concrete floor, concrete ceiling, concrete everything. However, we know that is only if we allow it, and we can burst past anything if we want to, and we definitely have super women ability to do. So I'm excited because this episode we have brought along Veronica Owusu. I'm singing it because this girl can dance, and I'm delighted. I'm going to start by saying Veronica is my personal coach. She has coached me on my course creation. So she's a course creation VPower, and she brings some interesting words into how she explains a lot of her stuff. I don't know if that was what caught my attention, but it was definitely her dancing. She dances into every single part of what she's doing, and it has made her very successful, extremely well known on the LinkedIn platform. She brightens up everyone's day, including my own. And without further ado, I wanted to introduce herself. Veronica, tell us more about you.
Wow, Samantha. Yes, thank you so much for that. And I was like doing a bit of a dance move. I absolutely love dancing, and you've said most of it, right? Of course, what most people know me as, VPower Coach, V being Veronica, and Power, the one that I had to step into once upon a time. Because VPower once upon a time felt very much V powerless. That's how she felt, but that's that's a different story. But yeah, currently, of course, I use my teaching, educating skills, my deep dive mindset coaching skills, and my passion to make a difference in the world to help my fellow coaches and consultants package their gold dust of stories, skills, knowledge, passion into signature online training courses and programs so that they too can have that ripple effect and share and gift back to the world what they have personally triumphed and challenged through. They walk the talk. That's the kind of people I like to work with.
Oh my days. And you couldn't have said it better yourself, really. And I think you have this amazing way of just being magnetic. You attract your tribe, you really do. And ever since I met you, I can't yeah, literally, like everything that's happened since is just being out of this world. Like, I remember going on LinkedIn, it was actually this, pointing my arrow the right way, it's actually Veronica who actually told me you need to get on LinkedIn. And I've always been on LinkedIn. I never used it as such. And you said you need to get on it. This is how you do it. And you gave me the motivation to actually go on and start to shape what mattered to me, to actually raise my voice. So I wouldn't be here. I wouldn't be doing this podcast, and I wouldn't be doing what I'm doing probably right now if it wasn't for your starting point. So with that and what you actually do for individuals like myself as a woman of color and others, I want to just know a bit more about what actually your setbacks. What shaped you? Why are you here? Why have you got to do what you do?
Yes. Oh boy. So I remember when I was 19 years old and I was supposed to leave Ghana because I was born and raised in Ghana to a traditional Ashanti father and a liberal Polish mother. So I had this background that I had never explored, Poland. I was always in Ghana, as all pretty much that I knew. So when I ventured into following the footsteps of my mother to become a teacher, I completed my master's in educational sciences. And the plan was to go back to Ghana and do my stuff there. But of course, fell in love, got married, and a whole different story. I had been working as a teacher for 15 plus years, Samantha. But within that period of time, something happened. I lost my way. We ventured into this entrepreneurial world, maybe in our mid-20s or so. And like, yeah, let's create a business. Let's do this. Let's get money. Let's do success. Oh, this funding, this idea. Push. We set up this web development agency, branding agency, and then an import-export company. And things were going quite well. But you know what? for all the wrong reasons. So a few years later, we spiraled down. That was how it was supposed to be. We could not have sustained the amount of success that we experienced. When you're not ready, mindset-wise, you cannot sustain it. You will make the wrong choices and you will fumble and you will fall down if you don't have the right mindset and the right approach. So that's what happened. And I found myself in the pawnbroker shop, selling my precious belongings because I was like, there was nothing left to my name. Wow. Everything. And the question arose, Veronica, who are you? When everything you had once identified yourself with ceased to exist, who are you? And that embarked me on this self-discovery, recreation of who I was, and brought me to where I am today, because I always say coaching found me as I immersed myself into the mindset, the paradigms, the belief system, the subconscious, and all that really that defined me. And I realized that I am not what I thought I was. I'm not even this body. If we're supposed to go that deep, I'm a deep diver. Warning. If I'm supposed to look at it, I am the one that sees. I'm the one that experiences. I'm the one that feels when the eyes, I'm the one that sees when the eye sees. I'm the one that feels when the heart feels. I am the one that experiences. So with that approach, is wow. So I'm this pure vibrational energy. And we know, according to physics, is creative, destructive too, but creative. So what am I going to create from now on, Veronica? And that's where it led me to where I am today. Creating from an essence of who I was, beyond just the physical body and beyond just the labels, which I had lost. So the challenges were huge. I tell this story within just 2-3 minutes, but remember, this is a period of years.
Wow.
So that had been the main struggle, really identifying who I was just beyond the labels and beyond who I thought I was. And that was the main challenge that has brought me to where I am today, Samantha.
And you, in that time, you also had children.
Yes,
so you
2 children.
You've got children as well, and you're successful in what you're doing. You're taking the internet by storm, especially LinkedIn.
Oh, Samantha, you have 5 children. You know how much I admire you, right? I have 2.
What Veronica doesn't know is that I've got another one on the way. So it's going to be 6.
What a way to announce it. Thank you so much for sharing with me. Oh, what you couldn't have announced it, but I didn't know. Congratulations.
Oh, thank you.
I remember those days, but anyway, that's another conversation. When we were having our coaching sessions and you'd given birth and anyways.
But the reality is that you're a mother yourself, and you've attracted the right people to your tribe, and you are successful, but you've had to go through things, and that's those things that you went through, those setbacks that you have, has made you who you are. Definitely. But not only that, you also go and help others like myself to elevate themselves, to know what their calling is. I remember there was a time where I said, I actually have a headache, my head's exploding. I'm like, I can't, this is too deep. Like literally, when you say deep dive, she doesn't mean deep dive into words, deep dive into who you are. Literally, I was like,
that's what I had to do. Exactly.
Yeah, I never gone this deep before. So I'm guessing that you are successful, you are a mother, but how do you balance all of that? How do you make it work?
First of all, by identifying what making it work looks like.
Yeah.
We use that word, make it work, success. We want to be successful, have our own businesses. But for me, it was very clear. Once my marriage was on the rocks, I knew that, Veronica, you need the freedom to not only make the money, live your passion, and serve others, but equally be a mother and other things that I also love. So there has to be this holistic approach that I'm going to take. So that meant identify what success looked like for me. So for me, I wanted to have the freedom and the time. So it meant really when I'm going to help somebody, it has to be so transformational, so deep and so powerful that I can actually charge premium. So that was it. And charge premium for an experience which is memorable and will be taken along with whoever I work with eternally. They will remember who I am and the impact that I had, and I'll be part of their story. So I wanted to have that straight away. I knew I wasn't playing small. So the clarity was there. That allowed me to work with people without having to spend too much time online and have time for the kids and have time for myself. So when you have clarity on what you want and you decide, this is what I'm going to do, this is my zone of genius, and this is how I'm going to value it, because that's how I value myself. And then this is the kind of work I wanted to be doing. This is how I'm going to do it. And this is why you have all the fundamentals of any business, the who, the what, the why, and the how. It's all there clear. Only then can you make the decisions, Samantha, to really create that and manifest that. Like some of my friends say, you design your life. It's by design.
I think it's definitely by design. What I particularly like with working with you as well, V, is the flexibility. So for me as a mother, I was like, I have to wait for the kids to go to bed. And you're like, I've got kids, it's cool, don't worry. And just being able to hear your clients, and as a mother yourself, you had so much empathy as well, and getting a 10 o'clock call, because that's what worked for me. So I'm guessing people are like, well, how did it work for you having, because the course creation, you say it's high ticket, but it's 100%, 1000% worth it. I could actually happily pay more, because to me, what I got from that has transformed my life. So I kid you not. So where I was and where I am, it speaks for itself, doesn't it? It really
Samantha.
So I think that you are really good at unpicking women, and particularly women, to really identify that core of who they are, the person that they are meant to be. And when it comes to course creation, so for me, I develop courses, I develop them for small businesses, I develop for other career women so they can accelerate in their careers. That's what I do. And being able to do that, it was V who unpicked all my knowledge, all my skills, all my expertise, and was able to work out how I could package it. So I had an awesome, now CPD accredited course. So yeah, I'm really proud of the journey that you've taken me on. But I really can't really say this, because your attraction is not just through all that you do. You attract people through your dancing, and like that vibe, it doesn't matter how, I don't know how, like every single day I can't wait to put your LinkedIn details below. Every single day, there is nobody I can see anywhere like you on LinkedIn. You will brighten anyone's day, and it's dancing. You dance your way. You do not care how people feel. It may not be LinkedIn appropriate. You've made it LinkedIn appropriate. Yeah, you did it, girl. You did it. And it just brightens everything. I just can't wait to see what's going on today. Where is it at? Where are we up to? And sometimes I'm vibing with you as well. Like,
I love that. That's what I want for anybody that wants to experience. You see, because I have a strong belief. Actually, no, I know it for a fact. When people experience you, you've built a bridge for them to cross over to you. So for me, with that knowledge, I want people to experience who I am, because there was a time where I didn't know who I was as well. There was a time I got lost, and I was like living somebody else's dream and somebody else's expectation of who I should or shouldn't be. No more. And like I said, it didn't happen overnight. It was years of immersing myself into personal development, my personal development and my personal growth, my rose, my rate of self-evolution.
Yes.
What's your rose? When I heard that term, the rose, I was like, wow, this is exactly what it means to grow your rose. It's been a journey. And so the dancing, it's part of my gold dust. It's not everybody else's, right? So it's not everybody else who's expected to dance. Everybody has their special gold dust. Mine was dancing. I had been a performer on stage for 6 years back in Poland. For those that know my story, it's part of what I was doing. And back even in primary school, I was part of the drama club, the dancing club, the choir. I was always the one. I loved performing. I love performing arts. And being from Ghana, you may have heard of the talking drums. We tell stories through music. So it's part of my culture. So look at your culture, how you grew up, right? What you loved doing as a child. And those things that really sparked the light in your eyes. That was dancing for me. So that's why. And I communicate my messages through dancing. Amazing. So it is the gold dust. And when we identify that and we can sprinkle that, and yes, the course creation journey, I always say, is from the essence of your gold dust. Because we have a course, but you need to show up for it. And how are you showing up is essentially what's going to make the difference and allow people to cross over that bridge that you must build.
Amazing. Tell me what tips you would give, or hints and tips you would give for another career businesswoman who's striving to get past all these setbacks, just as you've done, just as I've done.
Setbacks come in different shapes and forms, depending on where we are in the world, where we are in the society, where we are in our careers. They all come in different shapes and forms. But one thing that is the common denominator, you have to know who you are beyond the labels.
Yeah.
That was me. This is my testimony, just speaking from my own story that made the whole difference. But that's a huge nut to crack. Know who you are beyond the labels. What does that mean? That's a huge kind of, that's just the tip of the iceberg. But if you want to overcome the setbacks, you need to stop identifying yourself with the labels, because when you lose them, or when you are judged by them, or when you're stripped of them, and you identified yourself with that, you're going to lose your confidence very quickly. You're going to be more, it's going to be very easy to break down if you have attached your identity to the labels. Even the label of, as we know, Black women, right? Yes, we are. That's our background. That's our culture. So when it's been discriminated against, or when somebody says something hurtful, which affects that identity, for me in Poland, I had such situations, right? It's very common. Despite how hospitable Polish people are, there are some elements out there who just are not aware and very ignorant of the outside world, and do like, and that's more from ignorance from my experience. And I remember the story of my dad. He said when he was in Poland in the 1960s, my Ghanaian dad, my like really dark chocolate. I got a lot of his features. My sisters have this long, wavy, soft curls. I have the kinky one. I'm like, anyway, he tells a story of when he experienced this discrimination, right? He in a pub, somebody said, "Oh, go back this to Africa, do that." Like, the guy was drunk. He's like, "You know what? Get a piece of white paper, very calmly, a piece of white paper, napkin. Wipe your hand against that white napkin, and let's see who is dirty."
Yeah.
I'll never forget that. So everybody laughed at his friend, he's over there with his friends. Just wipe your, he called me because that was, your skin is this, like silly things, ignorance. Yeah. I said, wipe your hand over that napkin and let's tell me then who is dirty. And he laughed. So that approach I adopted that approach. You don't know who I am, obviously.
That's hilarious. Yeah, and he doesn't take anything. It's like bulletproof. Boom, boom.
Oh, yes. So with that, answering the question, how do we overcome these setbacks? By controlling how we respond to them. And despite whatever happens to us, yes, sometimes we have to do more and prove more, right? But still, we shall strive and we shall thrive and we shall move forward. Nothing is going to stop us. We become unstoppable. That becomes even our superpower. We're all powerful in our own way. Yeah, it becomes our superpower. And I think there was a quote, and I apologize, as soon as I find it, I will reference it, that says that the most underestimated thing about a Black woman, we're underestimated. Our power is underestimated. And because of that's why we can strive and thrive, because we're actually able to do so much. Yeah, I really believe. Now, if you were to write I really want to, because I know your future is a bright one. It's just going to keep going further and further. If you were to write your future self a letter, what would you write? A future self, so write a letter to my future self? Let's go 5 years. 5 years is not a long time, but it can be. And what am I saying in this letter? Am I writing about what she's doing? Yeah, or am I writing what? Okay. Yeah. So as a woman, as a mother, as someone who has to pick up themselves and do things regardless of the results sometimes, but know that you're going to triumph regardless. Yeah. So I'm writing to her saying that, wow, my future self, she is up in Ghana and around the world. Yes, I'm always going back home. She's back in Ghana. She's making a huge difference. She's having trainings and delivering speaking engagements, inspiring the youth, inspiring the young ones to become greater leaders of themselves so that they can be greater leaders for their world, for the world and for their communities. I see myself speaking a lot and really spreading the message of the gold dust effect. Yeah, I love that. So 5 years from now, you'll be global, spreading all that gold dust. Yes, and I've already published a book because I'm already, that's another thing. It used to be back here in my mind, now it's here. So 2023, something's going to happen. And yes, so I love it. So yeah, definitely spreading the word. And so more speaking and more impact, more projects back in Ghana. And it's already happening. Being board member of the education communities worldwide, I get to do that. And in March, this coming March in 2023, in a few months, we're going to Ghana to deliver teacher training. So it's already started. So I see this even collaborating with the Ghanaian government, right? To deliver more trainings, because if there's an issue with the teaching training back home and how they teach. And as a master teacher, it's something that I also want to pass on. Yeah.
I love that you are making sure that you impact the generations to come. So it's great we're doing so much for the here and now, but the generations that are here to come, our children, their children, and those that look like them or not, it's just bringing them up. And I'm so glad that you're impacting. You did some work. I remember seeing something with the UN.
Yes, so they reached out to me, and that's a power of visibility, right? So they were creating a course on the gender lens investing, because there's a huge issue with, of course, the gender payment and the difference between how finances are distributed between women and men, right? And being in a world where many of the decision makers are male, right? It's, of course, they have more affinity to male startups or any kind of idea that is around the male identity. So it's a huge thing that I was so fortunate to be part of, to help them create their course on gender lens investing. I was brought in as a consultant to look at the modules and the instructional strategies and instructional design of the whole course outline. So I was collaborating with the whole team back there, and it was such a perfect experience.
Wow, impressive. Now, you've heard it here before, heard it here first. It's absolutely going to skyrocket globally. More work in Ghana, more work for those are the future, our children and their children. And I absolutely love what you do. And we can't leave without dancing.
Oh, yeah, let's put some music on.
What we got? Let's do something. Just to say, we have no rights to the music that is being played.
I'm trying to find which one would be. Oh, this one is a nice one. Do you know this one? That's not COVID. Don't worry. Have you heard this one?
I can't hear it yet.
No?
It's not playing into the mic.
Oh, seriously?
Oh, yeah, there we go.
I've
lost your face, though.
I'm coming. Woo! I want to flex my love. I want to impress.
Yay!
Hurry my love away. Oh, I love this one. I'm a woman. Woo! I want to impress. Love away. The place she loves. Oh, Samantha.
Woo! We cannot leave without making sure that we have danced it off. And I just believe that as you continue to evolve and to grow, you're going to keep transforming other women to continue to accelerate. I know that what you do is something special. It's golden in every right. So continue to shine. Thank you so much for being on episode 2. And like I said, follow, comment, share, be part of the SuperWomenCan tribe. We love you here already, and it's just going to grow and grow. So you better be on it from now, because you're going to be the first to be a part of something that's going to be amazing. So thank you, Veronica Owusu. If you want to find more details about Veronica, all the details will be posted below. If you're in LinkedIn, it'll be in LinkedIn. If you're on all the different Spotify and all the different ones that I'm posting to, just find it there, YouTube, it's all there. And we look forward to getting followers. And any questions, put them in the comments. We're excited to hear about what you want to share with your own lives, and have Veronica come on and answer those questions too. So thank you so much. I'm really appreciative, and I'll continue to watch you dance.
Yeah, because I'll continue watching you.
Thank you. And thank you very much.
Thank you.